What's up, guys? You know something? I think I made a mistake. Matter of fact, I know I made a mistake. Just a small mistake, but that small mistake resulted in me not getting the results that I needed. So, what I'm talking about is I saw this guy on YouTube in Taiwan, and he took the containers, his juice containers, and he made planters out of them, and he had all kind of vegetables growing out of there, tomatoes and squash and all kind of things. So I said, let me do that, let me do that. So this is my version of that. Let me show you. So I cut my containers and planted my tomatoes, and they did well. And over here, there's some more. And here's some more. And here's some more, right? So they're doing okay, but they're really not growing like they should grow and not growing like his grew. And one of the problems is that it was so hot this summer that they never got enough water, even though I was watering them, because they didn't have a reservoir. And that's my mistake. It's a little small mistake, no big deal. So when I made my holes here down the side, you see there on each side, I did the same thing on for each planter. Well, and up under the bottom, let's see if I can show you that. There's 5 holes up under the bottom. And so my mistake was I got a little too happy with the hole making, the drainage holes, because what I should have done was left the bottom. I shouldn't have put so many holes in the bottom, and maybe left like a reservoir, so the plant would always have a reservoir of water in it so it could survive during those really hot summer days. And by the time I came outside, even though if I came outside, say 9 o'clock in the morning, well, with 105 temperatures, the plant was already drooping, and starving for water. So, yeah, so that was my little mistake there. So no big deal, but you know, I'm just not getting the results that he did or that I wanted. So, a little disappointing, but this year really wasn't about growing anything as far as um, getting something back. It was more about seeing what can grow. So everything I did was an experiment. So I didn't know that the temperatures would get so hot this year. I mean, I lived in Corona, so I used to get very hot temperatures, 104, 108 all the time, so it was no big deal. But this was a little different out here. So, but anyways, yeah, that was my mistake. So it means that I have to water them all the time. I deep water them, and the ones that I have in the greenhouse, I have some in the greenhouse here, and they're doing pretty good. They're not in those type of containers though. They're actually tomatoes on the vines. But here, these, now that it's cooling off, I'm getting the onesie twosie, type of thing, I don't know if you can see that, see there? So, I'm giving them fertilizer, nutrients and all that stuff. But yeah, I think the plant is going into shock when it doesn't have enough water. So, and then it has to recover, goes into shock and it has to recover. So, yeah. So, I could take all these planters down, and take them and put them in the greenhouse and put a watering tray up under it, and that would solve the problem. I thought about taping up the bottom, putting tape over it so it'll have a reservoir, but tomatoes, I'm not a big tomato eater. It was, like I said, it was more of an experiment and to get something growing, because I like the greenery on the porch. It makes it pleasant on the porch, to have things growing on the porch. So it wasn't so much about, me getting a abundance of tomatoes. It was more about just growing something. It was just like my test bed to see if I can grow something, what grows out here, what pests eat the plants, do they come up on the porch, like I had a grasshopper infestation that wiped out everything that, I planted the first time. So anyways, just sharing, what happened and with the tomatoes, and, that's it. All right. See you next time.